Alright there folks, welcome to another fishing adventures, and we're on the Pocklington Canal today fishing bread punch. Okay, it's something I've not done for ages and ages, and I really fancy it for some decent roach, especially out of this stretch here. It's a stretch I have fished before. The only couple of concerns I've got is it is absolutely crystal clear. You can see the bottom pretty much all the way through the water column. Okay, the second thing that's nagging at me a little bit is when I was plumbing up, a little pike came out and actually attacked the plummet, so I don't know if that's going to have some sort of effect or not, but we'll see what happens. I'm basically just using one rig for 2 swims, okay, and that is today, it's a little 4x16s Preston Chianti, and we're fishing, it's about 3 foot deep. Okay, so I've basically just got a nice little 6-inch hook length going down to a size 20 hook. I've got a strung out bulk basically, and then the float. So we'll just have to see what happens, but feed wise, all I'm going to do is just feed the sloppy bread porridge, mixing up your bread for your bread punch. Basically just a full loaf of white bread blended, and I've also popped in a couple of teaspoons of just a Roach ground bait, just to get a bit of extra flavour in there as well, just with the hemp seed and stuff like that. So basically what I'm going to do is just make a bit of a soup. I'm going to pour some of that in there, like that, and then I'm just going to add a bit of water, and then I'm just going to mix it up. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feed this. Okay, you need to over wet it, okay, so it ends up like a bit of a sloppy, lumpy type porridge. Okay, it looks disgusting, but that's the sort of consistency that you're looking for. And basically what that'll do is that's going to hit the water out of your pole pot, and it's just going to form an absolutely beautiful cloud. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit more water in there. I'd rather have it a little bit runny than stodgy and lumpy. You want to get all the lumps out if you can, so it's like a smooth, lump-free mess. And basically that is going to attract the fish in, and then your bread punch on the hook bait, and that is it. So there you go, dead simple. And then I'm just going to present a bit of bait over the top of that. Okay, I'm just using one rig for 2 swims basically, so I don't need to faff too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the middle channel swim first, because it is slightly deeper, and then I'm going to feed over to the far bank, give it a couple of minutes just to settle, and then we'll just drop a little bit of bread punch over the top in the middle and see if we can't bag a few. So yeah, stick around, let's see what happens. I'm not going to start off with a massive amount of bread either on the hook, just a little, I think that's a little 4mm punch. Now we'll see. Nice little disc of bread. So we'll see, it can be a bit of a waiting game, fishing bread. But we'll see, especially on the canal. I'm not expecting anything ginormous. But we'll see, you never know. Canals at the moment are throwing up a fair few surprises, so we'll see. Okay then, where are we? Lost my marker already like a complete douche. Right then. Take them off, don't need them at the moment. And it's just a matter of just laying that rig in a little bit. Just letting it all straighten up. There we go, there is a slight toe on it. But we'll see. Oh, there we go, bite straight away. Nice little roach straight away. Ooh. And there we go, straight in on that bread. Straight in, top lip, beautiful. So yeah, as I was going to say, there is a slight little toe, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference, to be honest. we're off the mark, and it's literally, sometimes it's a waiting game, sometimes it can be as quick as that. So we'll go straight back in the sea. And again, it's important to be accurate, especially with this, because we're fishing in such a tight little area. And we'll see. So there we go. Now you will notice I've got quite a long lash between the pole tip and the float, and that's basically because of how clear the water is, really. Normally I'd fish that down to about 6 inches, but there's a little bit of tow, as I've said, and it is crystal clear, so I just want to try and keep the pole out of the way if I can. There we go, we're learning again. That took a little bit more time to develop, but it certainly came, so it's a sign that there's a few fish there. Let's get a little indication straight away there. There we go. Come up, so while we're getting the bites quite quickly, I'm not gonna top up or feed. There doesn't seem to be much point. There's a few fish there, so I'll just keep plugging away. For hook bait, I prefer the Warburtons because it is just a bit more tacky to the touch. Seems a little bit more robust, but the bread I've used for feed has literally just been the cheapest white loaf I could find in Aldi. Other supermarkets are available, obviously, but yeah, just basically cut all the crusts off, lob it in a blender, blitz it to bits until it's a nice fine powder almost. No big lumps in it whatsoever. So if you put lumps in, there's a chance it's going to feed the fish, and that's not what you want. The bread sloppy bit there is purely for the attraction. And as I say, I put literally 2 tablespoons of the Census Roach ground bait in just to give it a little bit of extra scent, if you like, in the water. And that is literally it. Ah dear. I have no idea what that is. Oh, I hope Mr. Minnow will come back to haunt me. I'll just lob him in. Yeah, so it looks like the far side is just full of like tiddlers and minnows and stuff we really don't want to be wasting time trying to catch. So I think until it warms up a little bit, I don't even know if that far side gets much sun over here, to be fair, but we'll see. So we'll just keep plugging away in the middle, in this middle swim, and we'll see. There's been some fish there, haven't there? We've had some roach out already, so we fed it again just once as a top up before trying that far bank, but there's just nothing doing on that far bank at all, so we'll give that a chance. See if anything's moved back into this middle section. What I have got with me are the little fiuca baits, and I'm tempted just to see if they would maybe attract a few little fish as well, so we'll see. But there we go, another tiny little roach. There we go. So what I might do is just stop that float down a little bit more, I think, just to give me a bit better chance of seeing these bites, because they're very delicate, as you'd expect, really. So but still plenty of fish there, so it's all good in the odd, isn't it? There we go. Not perfect, but it might just give you a better clue as to what I'm doing. Maybe. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, I tend to not roll the bread at home. I tend to just press my thumb into it and then punch it straight out like that, but hooking it on can't be any simpler, do you know what I mean? It's almost like a little pellet on there. Hook point showing. Ideal, really. Oh, missed him. So there's no need, while there's fish there and we're getting regular bites, there's no reason at all to top up that feed area. So everything at the moment is all still good in the odd. Whoa, other than all my tackle trying to roll away, but hey ho. Yep. Oh, he came off, folks. What's all that about? Right then. So I'm going to go back in with this now straight away, and then I think I might need to put another little shot on this floor, because those bites are getting really, really delicate. I've had a couple that have literally just buried, and the rest have been tiny, tiny, minute little dinks, and they're barely registering. So might be time to dib it down and just put a little bit of Vaseline on the tip just to keep it buoyant. Right then, just because I've got them with me and because we're fishing bread, I'm just going to try a couple of these white fayucas on hook. I'm just going to chop one in half, basically, because I'm not fishing a massive bait. I'm just going to squish it into a bit of bread looking lump, really, and this will stay on the hook a little bit better as well. So again, it's just experimenting. We'll see if it makes a difference. You never know, it might attract something a little bit bigger out. And then again, it might not do anything, you never know. There we go. Tiny little roach again, lovely. And that was a bit of a better bite as well, just on that. So we'll go back in, just white fayuca, awesome. And again, it just mimics the bread punch, so it's worth doing. I mean, bread is an awesome bait, as we all know, especially for silvers and through winter for F1s and stuff, but it can fall off a lot when it gets soggy and stuff, so these are just a good alternative. And that was literally just half of one of the 2-in-1s, squashed to make it look like a little bit of bread punch. I'm either on a bit of debris, a fish has taken it off, fish took it. Yeah, back on the minnows, so I'm going to feed it again. So, I'm going to go in with a bigger bit of bread punch, just to see if that does make a difference. And I'm going to feed with this one going in as well. Not a massive amount, just got the little pole pot on. Some of that slop poured into there. It is a proper porridgey scotch, is this? Right then. There we go, so they're coming with a bit more feed now, aren't they? So do the same again. Tiny bit of bread punch. Just going to see if this does make a difference now. Generally, I wouldn't feed this every put in. We'll see. See if it makes a difference. Yeah, we're still getting plenty of bites. Just increasing the feed a little bit, just to see, because I want to try and bring on those better fish now. It's boiling hot as well. You would not believe it was so cold last night for it to get so hot now. I mean, I can see pretty much into the middle of where I'm fishing. I can't see any fish as such, but I know they're there because I keep getting dinks on the float and stuff, and there's still the odd roach coming out. But there's nothing on these inside edges, so it would suggest that there's nothing on the far side as well. Maybe it's a little bit too clear for them, but we'll see. So yeah, we're just fingers crossed now for that one last bonus fish, just to see if we can't get that ginormous roach or a good quality skimmer. And almost on cue, we've got a better fish. How often does that happen? Not very. Not very. Ladies and gents, not very. Oh, made a right mess of that. Well, there we go. He's in the net anyway. Got that down there. So not ginormous by any means. Has he unhooked himself? He has. Well done. So yeah. So there we go, folks. That'll be it for today. I'm boiling hot because it's gone to about 8 million degrees. But yeah, that was bread punch on the canal. Got to bear in mind, you got to ease your way into it, especially with bread. You can't fill it in straight away, which is why I started quite negatively. I was just feeding a ball of the slop in and then fishing over the top of it until the bites dried up, and then I was topping it up. But as the session progressed, I was finding the better fish were coming if I fed it a bit more regular. But it's the same old story with fishing. Once that bait's in, it's in. Okay, you can always put it in, but you can't take it back out. So it's always a good idea, like any session, just to feel your way slowly into it. But I really hope you've enjoyed that. It's been good fun today. Thank you very much for watching. Stick around, there's plenty more to come, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.